Ah, there she is. There she is, the beauty. Woo-wee. Goodness gracious, guys. That lighting in there, that mood lighting, the ambient lighting on the door sills. Oh, just beautiful car, guys. Beautiful car. Boom. Guys, safety first. Don't forget to buckle up. Alright, welcome back to the Tesla. Welcome back to the vlog. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about the CPO process because, well, since I've done it, things have changed. And, well, I looked into it recently because one of you guys commented, thank you very much. And it's definitely interesting now. There's some slight changes to the CPO process now, so let's get into it. Beautiful. Look at that beautiful car. Beautiful car, beautiful fall afternoon. Doesn't get much better than that, guys. Anyways, let's get to the new CPO process. Alright, first things first. New Chrome page. Let's go to tesla.com/used. Enter. Here's the used CPO page. So let's just take the very first one that comes up here and let's click on Quick View, View More Details, Request Photos. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and submit this. The current time is 3:24, so let's see how long it takes. Alright guys, so obviously we just requested some pictures for 2013 Model S 85. I just did the first one that popped up. It's 3:25, I think it was 3:24, whatever, 3:25. Let's see how long it takes to hit my Gmail, and well, yeah, we can go from there. Anyways, I'm going to do this on my GoPro, and I'm also going to do a screen recording, so we'll see how it goes. First things first. You visit the tesla.com/used. It's an easy way. That's just the most generic way to look at Teslas. You put in your zip code, and it gets you Teslas in your area. So this zip code area right here, you put that in, 100 plus Teslas for Gaithersburg. You can obviously change this if you put in one for like Manhattan, New York, and hit apply. It's going to recalculate. You'll see now it says Massachusetts, Baltimore, New York. So it'll stay to that region of the country. Now the problem is I'm not actually sure how you can get cars from different areas besides changing the zip code. So you can't say, oh, I want to see all used Teslas nationwide. That's one issue I guess I have with this is you'd have to keep switching zip codes to really see all of the cars. The difference is when I bought my car, it was actually from California and they shipped it out to Maryland for free. So next, they only have used Model S and X's. Makes sense. There's no Model 3s yet really. And then down here you can see all of these options now that you can filter by. So let's see, additional options. Okay, that's pretty cool. You can get the weather package. Which was something I really wanted. You can choose whether or not you want autopilot, if that's a concern, the battery size. So yeah, this is great functionality that they've really added to the site since I was actually looking for a CPO vehicle. You know, you would come in here, you would choose a car, it opens up a new web page automatically as far as I know. and you can now request photos. So this wasn't a button when I did mine. I purchased my car in January. January is when I put the deposit down. I got my car at the very end of February. It was available, I think, 2 weeks earlier, but I was moving home at the time, so I just said, hey, can it sit there for another like week and a half, 2 weeks, and then I'll pick it up. So it worked out nicely, but obviously there was a lot of anticipation around getting my car, so I was very happy to finally get it. You can see that now there's a $2,500 order payment. When I did my car, I did $1,000 with my credit card when I actually bought the car. Now it looks like they've moved it up to $2,500, so that's another difference. However, that does go towards the purchase price of the vehicle. So as you can see, when you click on a car, you get just generic images. These aren't actual images of the car, but this is basically what it's going to look like. All Model S's, Model X's, it's a cookie cutter type car, and they change some things. So this is the standard Model S car in the paint color, and then you can request photos. This car, you basically have all the information. So it says local pickup in Massachusetts. That means even if you're in the New York area or the Maryland area, that's why it's even further, so they don't show it when you're in a Maryland zip code, but it is local pickup. I don't think, it seems like they're not even doing that anymore as far as like a delivery. They're not doing that feature, so it's all local pickup. The other thing is, because so I believe when I got my car, they basically would go through and make sure the car looked brand new. If there were any big dents or issues with the bodywork or scratches inside or anything that's ripped, they would replace it. And that's because, they were helping keep the used market higher. They wanted to issue good cars. It's a new company, good customer service. So they weren't sending pictures because the assumption was anything wrong with the car, they were completely fixing and replacing before they basically sold it in their CPO program. So I think every now and then people could get pictures, depending maybe on who the sales rep was or the area that they were in. But they told me that I could not get pictures when I did my car. So this is a new feature, and I believe that that's because now the car only has to pass the 70-point mechanical inspection, which means that the car should work perfectly, but there could be some flaws, whether that's paint chips, little dents in the bumper that don't affect the structural integrity of the car, don't affect how it drives. So if you let's see, so the mechanically inspected isn't actually a link. I thought it was a link, so this isn't. You can request a call to ask them about it if you want more information regarding it. I haven't talked to anybody about this. I don't know what the 70 points are that they mechanically inspect, but you can assume that you get a perfectly functioning car, albeit there could be some minor blemishes. I don't know how big of a dent or scratch they would actually fix on the car. But I think the point of these photos is that, you're buying a used vehicle, there's going to be some imperfections, and they're probably going to replace the major things, but anything smaller, I think they just have so many cars that they just don't have the manpower to fix all of them. So as long as the car is working properly, they're going to give it to you. And if anything breaks, you still have the CPO warranty. So I wasn't too concerned, and I knew that Tesla would take care of anything that was faulty or broke or went wrong, which they have so far, and I think the CPO process has been fantastic because of that. Now requesting photos is an option, and it seems like they do not deliver, so it's all local pickup, so keep that in mind. If you buy if you buy a car across the country, like if I got mine from, I don't know where it was in California, it might have been at their Fremont factory, is where they were fixing up and then shipping it. So if I had done that, I would have had to fly out to California and drive the car all the way back across the country, which I would have loved to do. But luckily I didn't have to. It would have been a lot of fun, but then you're also putting another 2,000 to 3,000 miles on your car, and obviously taking the time to do that. All right, so local pickup, you can now request photos, $2,500 order deposit. So previously, no photos. They would ship the car, although sometimes there was a fee incurred, $1,000 to $4,000, I believe. You could not really request photos. There was no button. You could ask them, and they would, I think for the most part, say no. I did read on blogs that a couple people got them. I know that I didn't get photos. I asked, and they were like, no, we can't do that. We're fixing the car right now, so they didn't provide photos. However, I think the car looked absolutely amazing when I got it, so no issues there. They provide the VIN though. They always do. Obviously, you can look up the car. You can see if there were any accidents reported, how many people have owned the car. You could run a full Carfax if you wanted. I didn't do that. It was coming with a certified pre-owned warranty. Although I couldn't get pictures, now you can. Other than that, this setup is pretty much the same. It lists all of the features that are in the car. It explains the tech package a little bit, and then just little things. So this Model S, it tells you that it will receive a full inspection, the remaining battery and drivetrain, which means that you get an 8-year unlimited miles warranty on the battery and drivetrain for any Tesla vehicle from the time it was made. So if it's a 2012 vehicle, 2013, 2014, whatever that year is that it was made, you get 8 years from that date, not from the date you pick it up. Floor the car all you want, have fun with it. That's the point of these cars. That's the reason why I got this. The performance is amazing. Also, this one says, and a 2-year, 100,000 mile maximum odometer, pre-unlimited warranty. So you can read the full warranty here if you click that link. But this does mean that if you buy a car with 90,000 miles on it, you only have 10,000 miles or 2 years, whichever comes first. So 100,000 miles max on the odometer, it's not 100,000 more miles, it's 100,000 max, means you have 10,000 more miles. So it's a very tiny amount of mileage. Whereas if you're picking up a car with 53,000 miles, you still get 47,000 miles plus or 2 years. So whichever of those come first. So I think that's, a pretty good warranty. It's a bumper-to-bumper warranty for the most part. That's kind of my understanding. It's sort of like if anything goes wrong with the car that's not your fault, they cover it. So if the windshield wiper motor goes bad, I'm pretty sure they cover it. If the screen goes blank for no reason, I'm pretty sure they cover it. When I got every single error message you could possibly think of on my screen, they covered it. So a handle went bad on my car. They covered it. So that's my understanding of these warranties. I don't know if they changed much. I'm not going to read all the fine print. You guys can do that because I just don't think it's that fun. But anyways, they've been very good. I think that they're trying to provide very high customer quality, and that's because they're really starting to get an influx of these CPO vehicles. And in order for people to want them and keep buying them, they obviously need to live up to certain standards. And I think they've done a great job. So I have no complaints buying a CPO vehicle. I think it's a fantastic car, and I absolutely love it. So this is the general page of how it looks. If you go to buy, it just basically asks you some general questions. So order due payment is $2,500. Do you prefer to own or finance? So I did. So loan, I believe, is only if you're getting a loan through them. But you can also change your plans. And then you can also do cash. So I think I did cash. I didn't trade in a car. And then I actually got a loan from an external party. So because I did that, I brought 2 checks. One was my check, which I actually got a personal or a bank check or whatever. And then the other check was from the credit union. So that I paid to the credit union separately, but I brought 2 checks for the total amount of the car, which I paid Tesla upon taking delivery. So I don't owe Tesla any money at this point. I'm just paying off the loan to my credit union. So that's how I did it. However, I believe you can also get loans through Tesla. I don't know who they use. I think they might have a couple lenders they work with, but it's probably generic, market rates roughly. I could definitely get a much better rate through my local credit union, so I went with that. So on the screen, you can choose between those 2 options. You can trade in your current car. This is general information, as it says. This just helps you plan your delivery if you're dropping off a car, or if you're just dropping off 2 checks. It's very easy because you can just hand them the checks and take delivery of the car. And you can change your mind. You can log into your Tesla account and you can change your mind at any time. So you just put in your information, put in your credit card, and place your order. So basically what they're doing now is they've added this line that says, I certify that I have verified the condition of this vehicle via the vehicle photos, and that you'll pick up this vehicle within 7 days of my order. So it seems like all of these cars are ready pretty much immediately. When I bought my car, I actually had to wait. They told me it would be anywhere from like 4 to 6 weeks, I think. And it could be sooner, but they wanted to be more realistic, and that's because they were in the process of fixing up cars. So it seems like they have this flood of cars, and instead of fixing up every single one, what they're doing now is they're saying, let's take pictures of cars that are in pretty good condition, maybe with minor scratches or dents, and we'll take a picture of this car and try to sell it that way. We'll do a mechanical inspection, make sure it works okay, but we'll price it accordingly to whatever may or may not be wrong with it, cosmetically speaking. So my car was pretty much flawless. No scratches on the leather. I mean, minor scratches like kind of underneath the front bumper on the lip. But like nothing that you could really see just walking around the car and looking at it. No big dents, no big scratches, nothing wrong on the interior. The dash was perfect. There was 1 or 2 marks on the white Alcantara leather, but very tiny, kind of hard to notice. So I don't know how much they replaced in my car is the thing, and I think they've changed that process, which is kind of evident of the fact that you have to check this box saying that you've confirmed the vehicle condition based on the photos. So my assumption is you could either request more photos, you can call to talk to them, or maybe even possibly go see these cars, because I believe they're all local pickup, and you have to pick this car up within 7 days, otherwise your order's canceled. So if you have to pick this car up that quickly, I'm assuming they're all in these exact locations already and not being shipped anywhere. So those are kind of the differences now between when I got my car and the new process now. So because there's so many more vehicles all over the U.S. that are becoming available, it seems like it's easier for them to say, hey, we have all of these vehicles available within your region. We're not going to ship cars anymore. It's too much logistic work for them, too much cost to them probably. And now that there's so many options, you can probably find one in your area. However, the next part is, so when I was actually looking for my car, I used this other site, which is EV-CPO.com. All right, so EV-CPO Hunter, so electric vehicle certified pre-owned hunter. So this is a website that basically, my understanding is, it scrapes Tesla's website or something and finds all of the Teslas that are currently for sale. So you can see it says all of the cars that are included in this set. So right now I have nothing checked off. The only thing I have is it comes standard USA Model S used inventory. So I leave those toggles on, obviously. And you can see, the price ranges, most of them fall in this $50,000 to $65,000 range. And you can see the total price range. So the cheapest car on here is $32,300. And it gives you a lot of stats, which is nice. But the nice thing on here really is you can choose the Model S trim level. So for me, I didn't always come here. You can also come into here, which is battery sizes. And this actually has and performance options. So what I did was I did and performance. So I only wanted to see performance vehicles. That was the easiest way for me to start sort of narrowing down my listings. Keep it as broad as possible at first and then narrow it down. So right now I'm not going to do any of that. Let's just go down and look at these options. So as you can see, the trim is listed on the left. So this is the battery size. So here is the price column. If you click these columns, it will sort by that. So if we click right here, it's now sorted by price. So as you can see, this is the cheapest car, $32,300 for a 60 kilowatt hour battery. It has 70,000 miles on it. There's no autopilot. This is the color of the car, the interior, the wheels. Here's some images, and then you have sort of the options. So the premium upgrade package, smart air suspension, ultra high fidelity sound system, sub-zero package. This will have a little I think like snowflake here if it does. Ludicrous will be checked off if it has. If they're blank, it means it doesn't have it, obviously. If there's something there, then it does have it. See, here's the sub-zero package. This says yes for premium upgrades. Say we go to 138. This has the ludicrous. This has everything. So this is a P100D for $93,600, 21,000 miles on it. The discount, I don't know how they're calculating this, but that might be the price moved. I believe if Tesla updates the price, they can track that. So if you want to see these vehicles, you just click on this VIN/URL link, and it takes you right to this Tesla page. So now you're on the exact same page that we had looked at earlier. So it's a 2016 Model S P100D, and you can scroll down. You can request photos for this car. I don't think there's any limit on requesting photos. If you click this page, so I just do first name, last name, email, zip code. You hit submit, and then generally within an hour, I got 2 cars that I had requested last week. Let's see if those pictures are here yet. I got it 15 minutes ago. I got it at 3:32. It took less than 10 minutes for them to send these pictures. So here we have the used vehicles at Tesla.com, a 2013 Model S. This came at 3:32, 15 minutes ago. As you remember, I requested this at 3:24. So very quick as far as getting pictures. So let's just click View Photos. Opens up a new link. And right here, you have a bunch of pictures of the car. It's just simple Dropbox with a bunch of JPEGs. So you can scroll down and see all of the issues with the car. So um, they definitely don't fix as much as they used to. Let's just quickly go through them and see if we can find some big flaws. So here's a general picture. Looks like there's a little smudge on the hood potentially. Okay, there's the back, nice and clean and vacuumed. The charging cable that comes with it. So you can see a little curb damage, scratches on the wheels. My car had a few minor scratches on the wheels as well. As well a little bit. This is a little bit longer, but it's just scratches. It's cosmetic. You can always order new rims. Maybe a little scratch on the side. Oh, so this is an actual dent. So I believe when I got my car, my understanding was, just from reading forums and talking to people, or talking to people on the phone, was that things like this would be fixed because they wouldn't send me pictures. And if you're not going to send you pictures, well, how are you going to commit to, paying $30,000 to $80,000 for a car that has a huge dent in it? So this was the first one that popped up. This is $37,200. And as you can see, there is a little bit of a dent in, let's see, this looks like the front. No, this might be the rear. The passenger rear right side, there's a dent and a scratch right near the wheel well. So, these are just things to consider when you're getting the car, but that's also going to contribute to why it's being priced a little bit lower than it may have otherwise been. Okay, so this looks like, I don't know, maybe some damage to the paint on the hood. I don't really know what those things are. Obviously, it's not heat from the engine because, well, there's no engine. And then also, here's some more scratches along the side of the car. But other than that, it gives you a general understanding of what the car is going to look like, what type of shape it's in. A little bit of a different process. For the better or for worse, I don't know. Could be better because you might get better deals on cars. If there's a small scratch on a car, it could be discounted, by $3,000 or $4,000 compared to a comparable car that doesn't have it. So if you want to save some money and it's a minor blemish that you don't really notice, but you see another, 85 kilowatt hour 2013 car with 50,000 miles on it, that's priced at, $42,000, and this one's at $37,200, and the only difference is a tiny scratch or something on one side. It may not be a big deal, but you're saving, $5,000, $6,000, whatever the amount is. So it could be nice for anybody looking at certified pre-owned used vehicles. Here's the general prices for these P85s. 3737. These are both high mileage cars, P85s. They don't have Sub-Zero, they don't have the premium upgrade, and they're both on 21s. I did want 19, so I was very happy with that as well. There's 4 cars on here that are all under $40,000 and a bunch that are just over it. So you can see that, there are actually quite a few cars on here that are pretty cheap. I actually wanted to see what's my car worth now. So we can come in here and say, all right, let's look at, let's just keep it as M performance. So if we do interior options, no, let's just do 19-inch base, I think. Let's just do any 19-inch wheels. Select decor, carbon fiber. Let's just do any exterior color. Smart air suspension, tech package, rear-facing seats. We want pano sunroof. Sub-Zero package. All right, let's see what we can find. Okay, none with these exact specifications. Let's get rid of the wheels, see if anything comes up. Okay, so we have one, oh, it's P85D. So this is automatically going to be a lot more expensive, all right? So this is going to be difficult to find. Apparently there's no cars in my specification. So that's the thing. If you're looking for a specific, option and packaging, that's where you could either pay a premium and it could help me in the secondary market, or it's going to hurt me because I paid extra for these things and I'm actually not going to get that same premium when I go to resell it. But, all things to consider. But either way, I absolutely love my car. The CPO process was great. They're very transparent. They're very helpful on the phone. The nice thing is it's kind of no haggle pricing, which is good and bad. You know what you're paying for the car. That's what you pay. I paid $50,000, $50,600 or whatever. Obviously, you have to add taxes to that and registration fees, but you're not paying Tesla anymore. You're not getting in there and they're hitting you with all these, stupid dealer fees and stuff like that. The price you see online is the price you pay, and I really like that about Tesla. I knew all the features I was getting. I've saved a ton of money on gas already, so I'm kind of discounting that from the price of the car as well, because if I got another performance car, I would have also had to pay for gas on that. So why not? I've already saved $2,500, $3,000. So I only paid $47,000 for my car. That's part of the discount I'm adding in. But anyways, EV-CPO.com. I like the website as far as browsing. Check out the photos. Ask for more. It never hurts to ask. Call them. Talk to them about the whole process. They're very helpful. I definitely called them multiple times before I ever put down an actual deposit for a car, because I believe that deposit is non-refundable. Not 100% on that anymore, but mine was. If I put the $1,000 down, didn't want the car, I lost that $1,000. So I had to know I wanted the car. I had to know I wanted to get the car, put the $1,000 down, and I'm good to go. But anyways, the big differences are $2,500 order payment. You can request photos. There could be some cosmetic damage, but all cars go through this 70-point mechanical inspection now, and it seems like they won't ship, so it's all local pickups. So you have to locally pick up the car. When I got my CPO, it was $1,000 like prepayment online to reserve the car. You couldn't really request pictures, but every now and then they might have sent some out. So the assumption was the car was coming in pretty much perfect shape. No major dents or dings or scratches or whatever. So yeah, there you have it, guys. I'd say just watch prices of the car, sort of see what the range is, and when you see a big price disparity, make sure you check out those photos, because I think that's going to be key with the new CPO process. You're going to get price discounts or maybe price premiums based on the quality of the car, the exterior, the interior, how it looks, cosmetically and whatnot. So other than that, guys, that's all I have to say about the CPO process. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.